Hey everyone, and in this video we will see how you can make your own tic-tac-toe like this one. As you can see on the screen, I have made this tic-tac-toe, and if we just click this element, as you can see, this cross appears and then the zero, then cross, and this goes on. And once the one of the cross or zero wins, this alert appears and the page reload and all the elements get disappear. Okay, so in this video we will see exactly how to make this, and as you can see here 0 1, and let's get started with the video and see how it is done. Okay guys, so I am on my VS Code, and before starting with the video, before beginning with our tic-tac-toe tutorial, I want to show you some sounds that I have made. And if you have seen in the beginning the sounds, there were few sounds. Okay, so the first one is this sound, and we will apply this on every click. Okay, and this one um, we will apply on winning. Okay, either X or 0 winning. Okay, and this one we will apply if the game will be draw. Okay, the game is tied. Okay, so let's start apply the boilerplate. And first of all, let's apply the style tag for the future, because we need that. Okay, and then also the script tag, we have to do a lot of work in the script tag. Okay, and let's just create a big element. Okay, in this this will be our heading. Okay, so I will just set it head in this the tic-tac-toe heading. Okay, so tic-tac-toe, that's it. And not this, yep, that's it. And I will just write it down in h1 tag like this. Okay, so now we are done with our heading, and let's move to our main tic-tac-toe element. Okay, so I will give this ID of container, in which our the main body, the main tic-tac-toe element will be there, and inside this I will create another div, and this will be ID of small count. Okay, and inside this div the 9 boxes will be appear. Okay, the 9 boxes in which either 0 or cross appears. Okay, and instead of the boxes we will create buttons. Okay, because it will be a lot of easier to deal with buttons, because we can just set it as disable or undisable. Okay, in just a few commands, so this will be a lot of easier for us to deal with. Okay, so I will just do that, and the ID will be the first button. Let's say btn 0, and also let's add a class which will be same for all the 9 buttons. Okay, so I'm just making a one button, and then I will just copy that down. All right, so let's copy that down 9 times. Okay, so 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. All right, so we have 9 elements, and we have to change the ID of all of that. Okay, and then 5 and 6 7 and 8. Okay, so we have now have 9 buttons, total of 9 buttons. And now we are done with our HTML part. Okay, so let's do some styling first. All right, let's do some styling first. So in styling, first of all, as you all know, we will just the margin will be 0, and padding also will be 0 of all the elements. Okay, so this is common in all the projects. All right, and now let's target our the main container. Okay, which I have given the ID of cont, cont. Okay, in this in this I will give it width of 100 VW. And yes, we will also make our this tic-tac-toe responsive. Okay, so you can play this on mobile or any device. Okay, and the height we will say 100 vh, because I have the main motive of this to make our the whole tic-tac-toe element in the center. Okay, from top, from vertical and horizontal both. So I will just say display flex, then justify content center, then align items center. I think this will do the work. Let's target our small count, and inside this I will say display will be grid. Why grid? Because we want all our buttons to be in rows. Okay, like 3 in one row, 3 in second, and 3 in the third row. Okay, so for that reason we have given the display grid, and then grid template columns. In this we will say 1fr, 1fr, 1fr. So this will do the job for us. Okay, and also the width, we have to say set the width, let's say 50 vh. Okay, half of the screen. And height also let's say 50 vh, because it will be a square, a big square in which all of our 9 buttons will stay. Okay, now let's target all the buttons. Okay, so for targeting all the buttons we will just target the class. Okay, because the class is same for all of that, so we will just target that. And I will just say that color of the element will be white. The X and the 0, okay, will be white, because we will change the color of the background to gray. Okay, so that reason. Then cursor will be pointer. Okay, I will just show you what we have done so far. First of all, let me just complete our the styling part. Background color, let's say not this one, let's say something of gray. Okay, oops, like this one. Okay, like this, something grayish. And then let's also font size we will change later according to what we like. Okay, so let's first of all see our tic-tac-toe. Okay, what it is looking like. Alright, so as you can see here, it is looking like this. Okay, and the cursor is also pointer, and as you can see here, if I just tap it, it just shows some effect because it is a button. So alright, let's continue with our styling. And what we can do next, we can add a hover effect. So I will just say btn hover, and on hover the background color will be just changes. Okay, to just dark gray, I think, like this one. Let's save it and let's see. And as you can see here, yes, it is just perfectly fine. And we can do one more thing. The default background color, we can change it to something lighter, like this maybe. And now yes, now it is looking great. Okay, so as you can see here. And now let's do some more styling. Okay, okay, so now let's get our the heading center of the screen. So we'll just say height of 20 vh, and also let's do the height of this 80 vh. Okay, why 80 vh? Because this will be our 80 and this will be our 20, so they both will combine to make the 100 vh. Okay, so for that reason. And then display will be, I think, flex. Yes, it will great. Okay, then display justify content center and align items, and oops, align items center. Alright, I think that's it. And now I will just target the h1 element. Okay, in which our tic-tac-toe is written. I will just change the font size very quick. And font size, let's say 5V min, let's say 6V min. And as you can see, it is in the center now and it is looking great. All right. And also I have just said that we have to also change the font size of the btn element inside which we will write our x and 0. Okay, so inside btn, let's say font size, and also I will give this 6v name. Okay, the same as our heading. And now we are done with our css part, and now comes the most important part, which is javascript. So let's do that. Okay, all right. So what we will do, we will just add a logic that whenever this btn has an id of 0. Okay, the btn 0, and this one btn 1, btn 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I will just say that whenever someone clicks on btn 0, it will just add x, and whenever click on any other element, it will just add 0, and so on, like alternate x0. So for alternate, what we can do, we can just first of all declare a variable called sum. I have just called it sum. You can call it whatever you want. And what we can do, we can check in each click that either the sum is even or odd. Okay, so if the sum is even, then we will say that put the inner HTML x. Okay, the inner HTML will be x, and if the sum is odd, then the inner HTML will be 0. So with the help of that, we can easily generate the alternate effect, like whenever I click on this element, then x appears, and other 0, then x0, x0, like that. So let's do that without any more talking. Okay, so let's target our target our document.get element by id, and first of all, which id? btn 0. Okay, because let's do that. And then event listener click. Okay, so whenever someone click on this, a function will run, and in that function I will generate an if else statement. Okay, if the remainder of the sum is equal to 0, what that means, that means the sum will be even. Okay, if the sum is even, I will just say that document dot first of all, let's just declare our all the elements here. Okay, so let's say btn 0 is equal to document dot get element by id, and then btn 0. Okay, and now I will just copy this and paste it here. Okay, so btn 0, like that, and also this btn 0. Okay, btn 0 dot inner text. Okay, dot inner text, not inner HTML. Okay, so note that inner text will be x. All right, and one more thing we have to do, btn 0 dot disabled. What is disabled? The button will be disabled. Okay, so we will just say disabled will be true. Okay, and that's because whenever someone click on any of the buttons after changing the inner text, the button will be disabled, so no one can click on that again. Okay, and then after that I will just say sum will be sum plus 1. All right, no, instead of this right here, first of all, the sum, we will just increase the value of sum, but wait for that. And now let's say if the sum is not even, okay, so I have just add a exclamation mark. Okay, the sum is not even, I will just say the element will be 0. Okay, the inner text will be 0, and then after that, not here, after this element, okay, like both the ifs, after that sum will be equal to sum plus 1, like this one. And let's save it and let's see. If I just click here, okay, as the sum is now 0, the default sum, I have just declared it here, the sum is 0. And if we just click on btn 0, and of course 0 divided by 2 will give 0, so it will just add x here. So let's see, and as you can see here, it will just add x, and nothing appears on this element because we have not given the IDs. And let me just show you, if I just do this, okay, the sum, if I just declare it as 1, so what will happen? Instead of x, the first element will be 0, and as you can see here, the first element will be 0 because it is an odd element. Okay, but we will just say the sum will be 0 because we want x to be first. Okay, and as you now got the concept, let me just repeat this one step for all the 9 elements. Okay, so let's copy this and do 9 times. 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. And now we have to change the IDs also. So first of all, here let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. All right, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. All right, let's see here, let's do here 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and same thing here, 1 oops 2 oops 3 4 5 6 7 8. All right, and now here also the part of your knowledge, and as you can see here, we have done. And now let's see, if I just click it here, x appears. Okay, all right, and if I just click here, and yes, as you can see here, 0, then x 0 x 0 x 0 x. So as you can see here, we have pretty much completed our tic-tac-toe, and now the only thing left is to declare a winner. Okay, so we will just do that, and before doing that, let me just take you to the paint and explain you how we will just declare the winner. Okay, how we will write a function to declare a winner. So as you can see here, let me just draw a tic-tac-toe to explain you. So this is the parent tic-tac-toe element, and here let me just draw the 9 elements. Okay, so these are the 9 buttons, okay, in which either cross or 0 appears. Okay, x or 0 appears. So what we can do, we can give each of the boxes a variable. So for example, I will just give it a, b, c, d, e, f, g, h, and I. So like this, I have given each of this element, each of the button, and a different variable. And now what we can do to declare the winner, to identify the winner, we can just add one logic, that if someone just click on this element, like whichever, if someone just click on this element, because this is btn 0, this is btn 0, and if someone click on btn 0, then what will happen? The sum will be increased by 1, as you have already seen there, and also this a will be increased by a plus something. And why I am saying something? If the element is x, okay, if the element is x, if the inner text will be x, then this will be increased by 10, and if the element will be 0, then it will increase by a, this is a, and it will increase by a plus 1, and also a will be 0 for the initial. Okay, a will be 0, and we will declare this in our global variable. Okay, a will be 0, and whenever someone click on this btn, and if the element is x, the a will be increased by 10, and if it is 0, it will increase by 1, and we will do the same for all these 9 buttons. Okay, and now how we will identify our winner? We will just run a function, and we will run it in every click of the button. Okay, in every click. So what that function is, we will just check that if a plus b plus c is equal to 3. So what will happen? Can you guess what will happen? If these three, okay, if these three will be equal to the sum of these 3 elements will be equal to 3. So what will happen? Who will win? Can you guess? 0 will win. How? Because we are adding 1 if the element is 0. Okay, and similarly, if the sum of these 3, the a plus b plus c, if this is 30, then x will win. Okay, so I hope you understand it, like how we are gonna make the logic for our game. Alright, and we will just, as you can see here, we are doing a plus b plus c, so we have to do it for 8 times. Why 8 times? Because as you can see here, there are 8 ways to win. This is one way, 2, 3, this is the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 2 more, these diagonal ones. So this is 7th and this is 8th. So there are total of 8 ways to win the tic-tac-toe, and we will just check for all of these 8. And for an example, like say G plus E plus C, so it will just check this diagonal. Okay, like this one, the dark one, so this diagonal, and if it's just 3, then 0 will win, and if it is 30, then X will win. And so yeah, this is the logic for either 0 or X will win. But what happens if the game is tied? We will just run a simple logic that if neither 0 or neither X wins, the game will be tied. Okay, so I hope you understand, and let's go back to our VS Code and see how it is done. Okay, and I will just say don't save in our VS Code, and now let's run the logic. Alright, so as I have said, first of all we need to declare all the elements, all the a b c d. So I will just declare it here. So I will just say a0, b0, c0, d0, e0, f0, g0, h0, and i0. Alright, so here are our 9 elements. Now let's run a function. Okay, let's run a function. What we will call it, let's say run a function, and let's say check, because it we can run it in every click. Okay, so here, and now let's declare some variables. So abc will be a plus b plus c, and same goes for all these elements, and this will, and this is G. So as you can see here, we have now declared all the variables here, and we will just use this for our if else statement. Okay, so let's do that. And I will just this if statement will check if our x is winning, okay, the cross is winning. So for doing that, I will just say if ABC, okay, if ABC is equal to 3, not the x will win, this will check if our 0 will win, okay, because the 0, the 3 will be of 0, okay. If ABC equal 3, and we have to run this for all the elements, because if ABC, then DEF, GH, all these elements, and any of that will be equal to 3, then we will declare an alert and it will say 0 won. So like this, or DE DEF equal 3. Alright, so like this we have to do for all the this 8 elements. So I'll just copy that down to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like that. And now let's change the variable. So GHI, this will be ADG, this will be BEH, this will be CFI, this will be AEI, this will be GEC. Alright, so if that happens, I will just say an alert will appear, and what that alert will say, it will just say 0 won, okay, won, like this. And after that we will just reload the page, reload the whole page, okay. So reload like this. And the same thing we have to do for the x, okay. And for the x, instead of this 3, what we have to do, we have to do 30, okay. Let's add 0 like this, and inside of this let's say x1, and also this will reload. And now let's do the if statement for draw. And first of all, before doing that, let's also declare one more function which says total, which will be a plus b plus c plus d plus e plus f g h I. Alright, and what it will do, if the total, okay, if the total equal to 54. And why 54? Because if we just add all the elements, because of x is first one, the x will appear 5 times and the 0 will appear 4 times, and we have given the value of x 10, okay. So let me explain you here. So x will be 5 times, okay, and oops, what is happening, yes, 5 times, and 0 is 4 times, okay. And if x appears, the value of x is 0, okay. So the sum of x, okay, sum x will be what, will be 5 into 10, which will be 50. And then similarly sum of 0 will be 4 into 1. Why 1? Because we have given the value for 0 1, and this will be 4. So as you can see here, 50 and 4, so the total will be 54, okay. So let me just cancel that, okay. So yes, and not only this total, we have to also declare that neither of this will appear. So for that we have to just copy this whole thing like this, okay, yes, and just paste it here. And instead of this or, we will add and, okay, because we want both the conditions to be true, like this. All right, and this, and also let's add and elements inside each of them. Okay, like this. Yes, and now I will just, oops, now I will just copy this and paste it here. Why here? Because this will be our for 30. Okay, neither 3 nor 30. Okay, then only the alert will be of so let's now declare the alert function, then alert, and this will say draw, like this, and then also location reload, like this. And now I think we are done. So let's see, we have done a lot of work. Let's see, x 0 x 0 x 0 x, and if I just click here x, okay, so all right, so it is not showing the alert. Oh, okay, all right. What I am just doing, we have not written the function to increase the value of each variable. Okay, so what I'm just saying, we have to declare each variable, like here in the btn 0, the a will be a plus 10 and a will be a plus 1, like this. So we have to do like all of that. So for x it will be a plus 10, for 0 it will be this. I'll just copy that down. And yes, one more thing, the check function. Okay, this thing we have to also run this thing in each and every click function. So let me just do that. This oops, this and this function, this also, this also. All right, so I'll just paste it in each of every function, click function, right? And now I believe that it will work. So let's see, and this 0 and this will be x, and as you can see here x is there. And you notice one thing, the x is not here. Okay, the x is not appearing, but the alert is very fast to appear. And as you can see here, at one glance the x was there. Okay, so now let's see the draw function. If we just draw the thing and nothing appears, so let's check. Instead of this equal to, we have to write not equal to. All right, so let's do that. Okay, like this, here also, here and here, like this. What I've done, instead of set interval, we have to write set timeout, not set interval. What I am just doing, I don't know. Let's go live again. All right, instead of that interval, we have to do set timeout. Now let's see, hope for the best. 0 and x, so alert appears, and yes, the page reloads and everything is fine. And now let's see the draw. Okay, if we just tied, let's see what happens. And as you can see here, it is showing draw and then reload. Yes, and as you can see here, this is it. We have completed our tic-tac-toe. Okay, so let's just see, and let's win our the zero element. And as you can see here, it is written here 0 1, and then it reloads. So yes, it is just perfect. And to make it more perfect, we can just add these sound effects. Okay, so yes, this sound effects, so let's add them. Then our game will be very more interesting. Okay, for that, let's say this will be click sound, and then I will say new audio, and what is the offer? Well, alright, I was just doing this to get this element. Okay, so this thing, so let's just copy this and paste it here. Okay, like this. And same thing, this will be our win sound. Okay, if someone win, this will be our draw sound. Okay, draw sound. And for draw sound and for win sound, this is the sound. So let's just copy that and paste it here. Similarly, let's just the draw sound, oops, not this one, this thing. So let's just copy that and paste it here. And now let's just remove this, we don't need this one. Okay, so now we have declared the sound effects, and let's play them. So instead of adding in each of the clicks, we can just do this thing: document get element by id, small count. All right, then add event listener, click function. Yes, now it is great. And then we will just say that click sound dot play. So yes, in this way it will just play. And similarly, we will add that in our check statement. Okay, in our the winning statement. So if this appears, then we will just say win sound dot play, and we will just copy that down and add it here also. And here for draw, we will just say draw sound dot play, format document. And now let's see, and I hope it will just add it. So let's see. So as you can see, you can hear the sound, and let's just win. Yes, and as you can see, it is just perfect. Okay, so let's tie them one more time to see the draw sound effect. And as you can see here, it is just working. That's it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one.